Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. I forgot to mention for the weekly signs, it's the love readings and the ancestral lineage readings. No longer doing the spiritual path readings on the Patreon. Lastly, if you're keen, you'll find my email for the one-on-one session in my description box below. You also find a link to my Patreon. If you'd rather join my Patreon instead, you can also join my Patreon by typing what is written on the screen. Type it via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So I'm seeing the Hierophant to the Four of Wands. This is an energy of someone who had specific authority, control, or power over a certain period of time in your life until they no longer had authority, control, and power. It was just gone. It's like this person lost that authority and power and control that they had over your life, over your identity. That for a long time, this person kept abusing their power. You fell victim to this person in multiple different ways. You had to constantly heal yourself because this was someone you had to deal with every day of your life and have to face them every day of your life. And you had to constantly deal with their negative entity and all these evil and wicked spirits that they house within them until your life changed. There was a shift and you were able to escape, heal, and transform. And now you are a better version of yourself. That very same person, though, still remains in the very same energy that they caused you trauma in. They're still the very same person you left behind, simply put. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. This is someone who is enabling everyone to tell them what they know about you and your new life. They're the ones that are talking about you and your life in a tone of bitterness and jealousy and envy and hate. Every time they talk about you, it's like, oh, they think they're doing better, huh? Oh, look at their life and what they got going on. This is someone that's looking at everything that's going on in your life, every single thing. This is someone who connects with people whom they think you're connected to just to know what you've been up to. This is someone who stalks you on a social media platform if you're on one. This is someone who makes sure that they have some piece of information about your life on a regular. And every time they find out something, they just find themselves feeling so humiliated and ashamed, guilty, and in regret and embarrassed, okay? That's always their state of being each time they hear what they hear about your life, because they know you're doing well, you sitting pretty, you looking good, you striving for your own goals, you are striving for your own ambitions, you're striving for your own passions, you're in your own element, you're taking control of your own life. No one has authority and power over you but you, and they see that. And they're experiencing a true ego death, where that version of themselves that had power, control, and authority over your life, that version of themselves can no longer exist because there's nothing like that. And they've been forced into humbleness. This is someone who feels like life is humbling them. By looking at you, they actively feel humbled by life. They feel like they're taking some form of emotional, mental, spiritual beating, because looking at your life actually hurts them. It's like, it's reminding me of this quote, this comment I saw from this reel I was watching on Instagram. This person, a woman posted a reel on Instagram, and her life seemed a specific way, and someone commented saying, it's hard watching your life, it's hard watching someone live your dreams out. It's hard watching someone live your dreams out. Meaning that person obviously could have felt in that moment that this woman's real, and whatever is being depicted in the videos is something that she wants for herself, right? So coming back to the generalization of this message, I'm channeling here that whoever this is in your reality, as they're looking at you, they can't help but have to take accountability and responsibility, because it's clear that they were the problem. It's clear that something was always wrong with them, and it's clear that they need to look in the mirror, because now you are not in a position to be blamed for anything. They need to address what's wrong with them and what's really going on. I just clairaudiently heard, I keep hearing it, what's been wrong with them. That's what needs to be addressed. What's been wrong with them. If someone has never been well, they've always been unstable within themselves, out of order. That's what I keep hearing, clairaudiently, out of order. Yeah. This person is noticing that your life has so much potential to be better than it is now. Your life has so much potential to shine brighter than it does now. They're looking at your life and saying, you know what? I can see that, if you do this and do this, it can really blossom for you. Like, this is someone that's evaluating your potential to manifest and to call in what you want. And they really, really envy and have jealousy towards your power of manifestation. Like, they see that you are able to call things in for yourself. Yeah, judgment. You are someone that all you are of can reproduce a lot in life. Like, you can touch something with someone and it'll blossom, bloom, and flourish. You have power with this Empress. It's that fertility of being able to manifest. You carry it. You can do anything in life and actually excel at it. Like, you can be whoever you want to be. Things will always find favor in your name, even if it doesn't seem like the kind of favor or the type of favor you want. But there's always favor nonetheless. Like, you're good. Like, you literally are good. And someone sees that, like, they're looking at you be good, and they just can't take it. It feels like a batter, like they feel like they're being beat up, like someone is in actual pain watching you be okay in life. And that says a lot and speaks volumes about the kind of person that they are. This is clearly someone who's always had a problem with you. This is clearly someone who meant to purposely break you, but couldn't. You kept rising. You kept standing in your power. And you kept being who you are. It's like no matter how much someone tried to stand in your way, your power to manifest could always manifest you out of the pain, out of the trauma, out of the confusion, out of anything they try to do or say or ways they try to act. You had the fertility to manifest the power to get yourself out of it or tap yourself into something else. You have it in you to evolve and be better from a situation. And that's what has someone really heartbroken. The fact that they couldn't break you has them heartbroken. They literally are seeing you constantly just heal. You're breezing through whatever they tried to do or whatever they did, however way they acted and what was said. You're breezing through it. It's not touching you the way they wanted it to. And that's what's heartbreaking. Clearly someone here, like I said, man, they're not well. This is a sign, a big sign for them. Looking at your life is a big sign that something not right with them. Because how are you this bothered about another person's life? How are you holding on to that version of who they were because of whatever supposed control, power, and authority you had? And why did you even abuse that? Why did they abuse you, beloved? Now that sick, twisted narcissism that they can't exercise and those demons they can't unleash on you anymore. You are protected and safe. Now they literally have to face themselves. Let's tap in further to the energy. Let's talk to God, okay? This is definitely somebody who is afraid to look at themselves, because to look at themselves would mean that they have to acknowledge the abuse of authority, power, and control that they exercised over your life. I keep seeing this Empress energy here. It's like as soon as I speak on what they've done, the Empress shows up, and that Empress energy is symbolic to your power of manifestation, you being able to get yourself out of whatever they try to trap you in. However way they try to weaponize the entrapment, right? We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Nothing worked. They tried everything, and nothing worked. You keep rising, you kept rising, and it won't stop. They have no power. They can't do anything to you. Like, even if this person recruits people or tries to form more weapons or tries to put you in a position you don't belong in or tries to send this and talk like this and act like this, like no one that this person can even go to or speak to. It's like nothing can be done here. Someone has completely been put in their place, because this control and power and authority they had over your life was only seasonal. It was to put them in their place. It was for this to happen, because to begin with, they were never even worthy of that position to have control, power, and authority over you. So this is your vindication season. You're being vindicated from a specific situation. You're coming out of it. You're rising above it. And it's every day. And every day, because they keep wanting to know what's going on in your life. They keep hearing the same thing. And that's when the guilt, the humiliation, the shame, the embarrassment, that's when all of that just hits. And they have to fake it, have to pretend and act, but it's hitting them nonetheless. They're just pretending it's not. And what hits the most is the fact that you don't care. They mean nothing to you. It's not like, oh, you're defined by their abuse. It's like, what are you talking about? You shouldn't have even abused me. And I'm going to rise above it to show you that it means nothing to me. And you are nothing to me. And this person fears your power. You have a lot of power here. Look, as I keep saying it and it keeps showing up. As I say it, it shows up. It's like you have power, beloved. You can get yourself out of anything. You can literally wiggle yourself out of anything. No matter how trapped an enemy sees you to be or bound, that the weapons that they form in or whatever they're saying, however way they're acting, whatever is being done, you have the power to break free. You can break that chain. You can break through. You are an Empress energy, someone with that fertility to manifest and call in anything, for better or for worse. But because you are in your good energy, you're getting to your betterment. And this person didn't want you to get your wish fulfillment, but you are going to. They never wanted you in your 10 of Cups. This is someone who couldn't stand seeing visions of you living your best life. They would see you and envision you living your best life, and they just couldn't take it, and it just drove them further to inflict this abuse. This is someone that can't stand to see you happy. They can't stand to see you be you. It kills them inside. Like, it genuinely does. It just breaks them. And that's why they've done all that they did, said all that they said, and acted in ways that they have. And they tried everything, but still have no power over your life. This person will never win. It will never be that. Ever. You're not trapped in the trauma. You could care less about it. You just want to heal and be better from it. You're not holding on to it as if it's some form of prize, and you're speaking it as if this person really, like, they have this power. We know it means nothing. With the King of Cups reversed here, I see that this person keeps being unstable more and more every day. They keep being unstable within themselves every day. They keep further detaching from stability, groundedness, and oneness of self. They keep being detached from who they are. They keep losing themselves. They keep going into a rabbit hole of lack of self-knowing. Every day that rises, they don't know who they are. And it gets worse and worse and worse every single day. And then when they look at your life, it's no longer just worse, it's a nightmare. And they keep putting themselves through this. They keep looking at you and your life. And they keep doing it. And every time they do it, after they're done, the hatred just grows. They just become more jealous and envious. It just festers more. But it doesn't change the fact that it means nothing. Like, they're the ones that are not in balance. And it's nothing new. They've always been like this. Now it's just worse. And that worse energy is going to fester and grow. And the only thing they'll be able to manifest is their madness, their insanity, because someone is not well. The things they've done, ways they've acted, and words they've spoken, they definitely try to destroy your life. They try to form every kind of weapon against you. They try to ensure you don't get to a certain point. They wanted you blocked. They wanted you restricted, unable, no progress, no motion, no motivation, no courage. Now imagine they have to watch you be more than what they thought you would be. After all that, of course it's going to kill them, but it's their own grave that they've dug for themselves by thinking they can come at you because of the supposed control and power and authority that God gave to them and easily took away. God changed your story. It's like, yeah, at some point, this person's words could move things in you or in your life. Yeah, at some point, their actions could move you or your life. Yeah, at some point, who they were mattered, but now it doesn't. And just because it did, it doesn't mean it was meant to. It just was a learning experience for you and your evolution and journey and path and walk of life. And for them, it's just pure karma, because they are karmic in that Jezebel spirit. Blasphemous, dark, evil, and wicked. They'll reap what they've sown. This is something they can't run away from. They've put this on earth, and this Ace of Pentacles is coming out again. It's like, this is definitely someone who is worried about the way your life is going and where you were headed, and the fact that you're working on yourself and putting in the work to heal, to be better, to evolve, to ascend. You're finding yourself. You're transforming, you're transitioning, you're seeking yourself. You are understanding your identity. It's killing this person. And it's that same spirit of hate, jealousy, and anger that's dying off. And what's being left behind is just self accountability and responsibility, where they have to look in the mirror and ask themselves what's really their problem. Because when they take a look around, it's really them that's the problem. Because they can house all this energy towards you and think all these negative things towards you and feel all these negative things towards you, but it means nothing to you and it's not doing anything. So what is happening is that they're wasting their time. They're wasting their time. But they'll reap what they've sown. All this effort to ensure that you don't get to where you need to, they're going to watch you get there and exceed, be better. And what they've done and looking at your life will be a nightmare. Those words, those actions, everything, because you will actively be healing every day. And as you get better and better and choose it, it'll come. And because you have the power to manifest, believe that it'll come. Because you have the power to manifest, best believe it'll come. Yeah, and I keep saying it and it keeps showing up. The Empress, double Empress. Empress energy is reproduction, not just in womb or in semen, in sperm. It's in everything. You are the type of person that can reproduce in all forms. Double Empress is very symbolic. Like, you can do anything. You can learn to draw and actually be really good at it when in the beginning you didn't even know how to. You can learn to do this and actually be really good at it, and in the beginning you didn't know. Whatever that this is to you, you can learn and actually be. You can touch and actually, have the power to give what you are touching energy, and the type of energy that can stretch that thing's its own capacity. Like, you can touch someone and walk into someone's life, and when you walked in, things were a certain way, but when you left, things changed forever, or they changed forever, for better or for worse, depending if you walk in as the blessing or the lesson. You are the type of person that you can really mess someone up by just your words. You hold that power, but you don't do that. But you have the power. You can do unspeakable things, but you don't abuse your power. You can have that, do that, be that, but you know better. The Empress, double Empress, is symbolic here. You're not someone to play with. And you see, every time I would speak it in your energy, it shows up, which is symbolic to the fact that you can speak something and best believe it will happen. Like, no matter how long it takes, it will come because you spoke it. Yeah, it's like the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed. You are not out of your element. There's people that they force things. They force things for them to work. They do all sorts of things out of desperation. They do everything they can for something to be a specific way. But to you, things come naturally. The very same thing this person needs to do 1, 2, 3, ABC to get, you don't need to do none of that. It just, you get it. And that's something that didn't come out of nowhere. It speaks volumes about the work you've put in within you. This is your energy. You've put in the work. It's you. Hence, you're in this energy. Hence, you're able to do this. You've called it in. You manifested this power. You called it in. Every day when you make that decision, you call it in. We have the High Priestess reversed. Give grace to God, Allah, Ra, Source, the divine, for giving you discernment in this world that is filled with so many people that are still asleep. Give grace to God for your awakenings. Your awakenings that have healed you, transformed you, whether comfortable, uncomfortable, whether it was the wilderness, it was the waterfall, it was the fire, it was the air. It's like all of it. You just went through it. And give grace to God that you had it in you to come out on the other end of it, but you didn't come out bare hand. You have been equipped. You're more powerful than you've ever been. And you're going to keep having that power as long as you keep seeking it. And how you seek it is you keep doing what you've always been doing, which is being a good person. Because being a good person comes with making decisions and choices that are of your highest good, and best believe that is the vibration and wavelength and frequency you will attract, because that is what you're choosing. And so no matter what it takes and how comfortable or uncomfortable, how painful, just weather the storm and endure, because when you get to the other end, you'll understand your sacrifice of being a good person in this world of sin, because it's not easy being a good person in these times. It's not. It really isn't. It's easy to not care and say, screw everybody, I'm gonna do me. Not in a way of like being your best self, but in a way of like, oh, I don't care who I hurt. I don't care. And because this person here is a firm example of someone who never cares. And that's why they can easily pollute the earth with their energy and not care that they're hurting, traumatizing, causing pain to anyone. But when it comes back and it's coming back. This person here is haunted every day. You know, every day when you try and live with something, but it keeps eating you alive inside. You try and live with it, but you just can't. Whatever was done, whatever was spoken, whatever was ways and behaviors which were acted here, someone wishes that they could literally just disappear from the face of the earth and be forgotten, because they're that embarrassed, they're that humiliated and ashamed, they're that guilty and in regret. They're just trying to deal with it, because they know that it's them in the end that they need to face. It's themselves they need to look in the mirror. It's themselves that they need to address. So if they don't figure themselves out, they're not doing it for you. That same evil and wickedness that made them do what they were doing is not going to save them also from their karma. That same energy is nowhere to be found now, is it? They're not as powerful now, is it? Once you understand that you hold the true keys, and people like this try to blind you from your truth, which is you hold the keys. You can't get yourself out of anything. You can heal. You can choose to evolve and be better. You can choose to take it easy on yourself. You can choose to allow yourself to feel and think those things and allow it to travel through your body for your highest good. Allow yourself. Key word. Back to the fact that you have that key, you have the keys, beloved. Things, you can tap yourself in and out of anything. Literally. If it's an energy, you can tap yourself in and out of it. Things like lust, you can tap in and out if you choose, but you know better and you rise above it each time. And it's not to you, you don't look at it as temptation, you look at it as a certain spirit that is weak because you've worked on yourself enough to be able to house that energy of strength in you, where you can't be taken by flesh, whether it's lust or any other spirit. You face it head on. You can tap yourself in and out. It's not scary to you. It can be, but it's not. You understand the frequencies. You understand the wavelengths. You understand the vibrations. You get it. You're in alignment. You tapped in. And because of that, because you are in your Empress, you keep getting better. And you'll keep getting better even if it doesn't seem like it because of whatever reason. But things are going to keep getting better for you. Literally. No matter how the pace, the speed, but it's going to get better. Okay? So take it easy on yourself. Not everything needs to go a particular way with the Page of Wands reversed. Don't expect things to go a certain way. Allow them to be what they are. As you've walked this journey of life, you've understood what expectation can do. It can tie you to an illusion that doesn't exist. Like in the beginning, you might have perceived this person as a specific somebody to you and allowed them in your heart and your mind a certain way until you awaken to who they truly were, and now they're nowhere to be found in you because you've released their energy and they have no space. But if you had that, even if you did have that expectation of who they were, that should serve as a lesson. Even if you didn't have that expectation, that should serve as a lesson. This person is a lesson to show you that having expectations is not a way to live, because you don't even know. You yourself don't know. So how are you expecting those expectations to be? It's okay to dream, be ambitious, have goals and passions, but expectations are not good. Goals, ambitions, passions, yes, but not expectations, because it can draw you back where you had a certain expectation and now it's not that, and then it pulls you back because it's like, okay, nah, this is what I want. But do you know what you want? Or do you want to surrender to God, Allah, Ra, Source, the divine, to show you what you want? Because He created you, so He knows how to fill you up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. He knows what will fill your cup. He knows what will keep you in you. Because people like this, they show you that being outside of anything else but yourself is not good. They show you that nothing's ever been wrong with you. And you need to understand that, you know what? Things happen. But you choose to learn every day from those things. And there are people that don't. They just keep repeating mistakes until they have to take accountability, and the lesson is bigger. And there's more to lose. But there's more to gain if you walk a path of being open and not having expectations about anything. Just allow it to be. Even with every day that comes, don't expect the day to go a certain way. Allow it to go a certain way. You can have intentions of wanting to have a slow day, but don't want to dictate the day itself, because you have no idea what the energy of that day will be. You're not the one in creation of it. You are part of the creation. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself about anything that you went through. Don't be hard on yourself about anything. It's not healthy. That's not how it should be. It's just what we are taught. But beloved, this person here is getting their karma. This person is getting their karma. They're facing judgment. They're literally facing judgment. Because all that they've said and done and ways they've acted, they need to take accountability and responsibility for. And they can look at your life and hiss and huff and puff and all these things, but it won't change the fact that they have to face judgment. And no one forced them to make those decisions and choices. They did it willingly. And it's their energy. That's what they have to look at. They can't push themselves on another person and say, but them, but them. How long are they going to live like that? How long? And it's like, there's nothing wrong with choosing yourself, beloved. You've tried with this person, you've tried, and you saw that, you know what, the narcissist in them will always have the most power. You saw the ugliness of this person, and you detached from it because you understood that it's not something you deserve. You don't deserve this. And whoever they were to you, you respected that, but you're not holding on to anything because you understand things differently now. You're not like them where you're going to be all negative and dark and pessimistic and evil and wicked with anything. No, you just reflect, address, and heal and move on. Reflect, address, and heal and move on. You reflect, you address, you heal, and you move on. Okay? So understand there's nothing wrong. Okay? There's nothing wrong with you. There's a lot that's wrong with the world, but there's nothing wrong with you. And be grateful to God that you had it in you to figure things out for yourself, and life didn't take you the way it has taken so many, this person included. You've seen it happen. You've watched so many people be taken by life. It's just, be grateful that you have awakened and you can't be taken by the very same things that are taking these people. The very same spirits that these people house within themselves. They are housing energies inside of them. They have no access to you, those very same energies and spirits, because you walk only with the Holy Spirit. Step your prayers up. Fast if you call to or led to, or you feel like that. And don't forget that you're not alone, no matter how it seems. No matter how things seem, always understand that you're not alone. And this, what you went through, is to just shape you for a better future. And it's to also show you that there's nothing wrong with you. People have their own issues. No matter who they used to be to you, it's just their life at the end of the day. It has nothing to do with you. You just once were connected to them. But it is what it is. That's not your problem. They ain't your problem. Literally. Okay? This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. Well, I keep forgetting to mention no more spiritual paths. Now I do offer weekly sign readings based on love as well as ancestral lineage readings, okay, not spiritual path readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions slash life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly, and you can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.